Right, good morning everybody and welcome to the BICSc webinar. My name is Di and I will be your host. But before we start, here are some housekeeping notes for you. You're all muted and your cameras are off. And thank you to all for submitting your questions. Most of them are going to be covered. Any that are not, we're going to raise as throughout the programme. And if it raises any additional questions, please enter these in the chat section, and time allowing, we will address these at the end. So this session is being recorded and you will have access to this shortly after the session ends. BICSc is evolving, and during this webinar, we intend to look at how we have evolved and where we are going. As the world evolves around us, it is important to us here at BICSc that we address some of the comments coming from our membership. And we also looked at the industry and how we could make our training and other services even more appealing. Technology is now the biggest change we are seeing across the board. And this is the main area in how we have evolved. We are embracing technology and using this to make our members' lives easier and more convenient. And most importantly, the cleaning operatives' access to training even easier. So let's introduce today's team. You've already met me. I'm Di. We also have Denise, Neil, Sam, Karen, and Matt. And I'm now going to hand over to Sam, who will start the session off with how we introduce virtual training and how it has evolved since its inception. Sam, over to you.
Apologies, I'm already on mute. Hi everyone. So the virtual training we launched in February 2021, and since then we've had over 60,000 enrolments. So it's going well. We currently have 13 skills available virtually. These can be completed on an individual basis, and this does include the the license to practice, which we've had for a while. We do have a further 2 skills which are rolled, but these are not included in the bundles that we've now developed, which we'll go into shortly. We also have free courses available. These are free to anyone within the industry or outside the industry. And we also have ones that are dedicated in particular to our accredited training members. Again, we'll go over those shortly. We are in the process of developing another Clean Logic course, which is an auditor's guide to the NHS technical and efficacy audit. So that's currently in development, along with another free course, which is focusing on the environment. So we'll also be going through during the webinar the cleaning supervisor course, and also the rolled and further Clean Logic courses that we have available. Any virtual training, we do have some technical requirements, which is a web browser and an email for any individuals completing. Thanks, Di.
Thanks, Sam. And now we're going on to the rolled skills.
That's me again. So the rolled skills we've created to demonstrate logical process for an operative. So these are likely to be followed during their shift, and they're all assessed as one. So all of the rolled skill bundles follow the same process, starting off with what's going to be covered during the course, health and safety considerations, recommended equipment and methods. They're all followed by demo videos of the process, and they all include multiple choice questions, quiz. And an assessment is carried out at the end, and they're all assessed as one. So the assessments can either be done online, like we are now, or they can be done in person. They can be done in person on your site, or they can be done at our training suite here in Northampton. They've been designed so they follow the operative's duties on how they would carry them out on a daily basis. So we have 5 rolled skills bundles. These include toilet facilities, We've got a toilets and washrooms. We've got an office. We've got buffing and spray buffing of hard floors. And we also have a kitchens rolled skills bundle. Thanks, Di.
Thank you, Sam. So now Dee's going to look at and demonstration videos for us and how they can help us.
Hi, good morning, everybody, or good afternoon in some cases. When we look at the demonstration videos, what we're trying to do is actually standardise what we offer. So the demonstration videos are available free of charge to our ATMs, and it's to actually help them train people in a way so it doesn't matter whether I trained them, Sam trained them, Matt trained them, they'd receive that same demonstration. So you still need to put in your training about your methods, your methodology, your own company extras, but the actual physical demonstration is there. You've also got demonstration videos that are available to you for a small charge that include us assessing at the end of them. So there's a nice rounded offer about how we can actually help you and support you in your training journey.
Lovely, thank you, Dee. Now, we've had quite a few questions about virtual training, so let's address some of them now. While I've got you up, Dee, one for you. Why was BU1 separated from RS1 and RS2?
Right, so BU1, as most people that are training will know, is the mop sweeping. And mop sweeping isn't applicable for every washroom. If I'm honest, I would have suggested BU4 was a better fit, the manual brush sweeping, if there was a lot of paper or litter, because as long as you've got nylon bristles, you can then clean and disinfect your brush. But also some washrooms are actually carpeted, which sounds horrendous and actually is, but that would mean we needed to put BU3 in. So by taking those skills out, if you choose to add in the brush sweeping, you can do that at the same time as the rolled skill. We've always allowed assessing multiple skills together. It just makes it a little bit tougher for the assessor. But if that's how you train, then add it in and do it as one large roll.
Lovely, thank you, Dee. And Sam, some questions for you. What do I need for BICSc? What are the minimum requirements?
So the minimum requirements for any practical training would be the licence to practice. So the licence to practice is the starting block for any of the BICSc training. It goes through the basics of health and safety, PPE, considerations, chemical dilution. With that, you can then follow on and complete any of our other training. So the licence to practice, again, is available virtually or in person. For the Clean Logic courses, there is no prerequisite. You don't need anything prior to that. You can undertake any of the courses without ever having covered anything with us before.
Lovely, thank you, Sam. One more for you. Someone's heard in order to enrol for BICSc, they should be a team of 4 or 5 members. Is this true? Does it mean that they can't get themselves enrolled alone?
Absolutely not. We aim at the individuals. We aim at the big organisations. Virtual training would be perfect if you're an individual. But with any of the face-to-face training, there is more cost-effective ways of doing it. So if you have a group of people that you want having trained, maybe consider the face-to-face training. But the virtual training is based on individuals or big groups of people, but you're able to do it in your own time.
Lovely, thanks very much, Sam. And now we're going to move on to Dee, who's going to explain how we have developed tools for the ATMs to assist them in training. This is the first time BICSc has been able to provide our ATMs with this level of support. Over to you, Dee.
Well, for all of you that have been with us a while, hopefully you've seen a real difference in what we actually offer you now to support your training journey. We have the free videos we mentioned earlier. We've got the Assessor app user guide, so that if you're new to BICSc, we actually teach you how to use the app and get the most out of there. There's also a compound room calculator that's free for the ATMs, which allows you to work out the hours you need for a building. So not only do the skills demonstration videos come to you free of charge, we also do the proper full training videos available at a very small cost, including an assessment. Alternatively, if you want to do the training but you need an assessor, we can hire you an assessor for the day. So there's lots of different tools that are actually available to support you now. Also, the notes that are actually there. So the notes in your assessor app supporting what we teach and why we teach it, because the whys for me are more important than some of the hows. If people understand why they should do it, they're more likely to do it. So if you explain it's for their safety, if you give them the reasoning, you're more likely to get a successful outcome from your training. Thanks, Di.
Thanks, Dee. I have a question for you from Nick Snowden. How can I deliver BICSc certified training?
Hi, Nick. BICSc certified training is available as an ATM for your own staff. So we ask that people only train their own staff. We don't allow people to train other staff, because what we want to do is control the quality of what that training is. So for training your own staff, you need to set up as an ATM. You can then train anybody that's directly employed by you, but currently you cannot train external staff.
Thank you, Dee. So Matt's up next. He's going to give you an overview of the CPSS Assessor app and what to expect this year.
Thanks, Di. Hello, everyone. So I'm sure many of us joining today will be familiar with the CPSS Assessors app, but for those of you who aren't, and those of you who are new to the app, I just want to provide some brief details about what the app can do for you. To start, our Assessors app is there with the purpose of making our assessors' lives as easy as possible when it comes to assessing. So we've made the written skill assessment a digital copy, so you can assess the candidate with ease now. Many of you today will be here as part of companies which are pushing sustainability and environmental policies to reduce paperwork and printing where possible. Well, this app helps with exactly that, and everything is sent electronically. So when you complete your skill assessments now, you'll get an email confirmation with an Excel spreadsheet of the skill attached, the skill result attached. And the app even replaces the hefty CPSS kit, which was a chunk of paperwork itself. So all the information that was in the kit is now available in the app under the resource section. So you'll be able to find every BICSc standard operating procedure in that area. Don't worry though, because you can still print out assessments once they're completed. There is still the option should you want to do so. The app is free. It's on Android and Apple devices, and pretty much anyone with a smartphone or a tablet can access it once they become an assessor. So for those of you who've already taken up using the Assessors app, thank you, because we're now approaching 40,000 overall assessments, averaging around 500 a week. That's incredible. So thank you for doing that. We hope it's making our assessors' lives much easier. And if you are new to the app and you still find your way around, remember to check out our virtual training suite, because there's a free course on there with a free user guide. Lastly, we're always looking to improve the app, and we're in the final stages of testing some requested functionality, such as printing SOPs and the ability to retake a skill assessment without having to refill in the candidate details again, which I'm sure many of you will be pleased to hear about. So remember to keep the latest version downloaded. And if you have any suggestions or any ideas which could greatly improve the experience in the app, just feel free to contact us. Thank you.
Thanks, Matt, and I'm really going to look forward to that retake button. So now we're going back to Sam, who's going to give us an overview of the free courses.
Thank you. So the free courses have been designed to give a basic understanding of particular subjects, and these are perfect for if you're considering completing any further BICSc training, or if you've completed training and you want to have, further training with us and to have the certificates. So at the moment, we've got 5 free courses. And then there's an additional 3 which are available to our ATMs. I think Matt's gone through that with the app, the Assessor app, and also the compound room calculator and the BICSc cleaning and hygiene app. They're available to our accredited training members. But the available to everyone, we have the understanding colour coding. We've got understanding chemical hazard pictograms. We've got robotics. I am your automatic cleaner, and that's how to consider what robotics and what what to consider before buying. And we also have hand hygiene explained and also understanding PPE. With all of these, they're around 30 minutes each. After that, you receive a PDF certificate of attendance. Yeah, they're brilliant courses. I've completed them myself. If I can do it, anyone can. So I would really consider, completing these or getting your operatives to complete them before even considering the license to practice, because it will give them a background knowledge before they undertake any other training.
Lovely. Thank you, Sam. So Denise is now going to take a look at our Clean Logic courses. Over to you, Denise.
Hi guys, thanks Di. I'm just actually looking at a couple of the courses. We're going to look at the theory of cleaning inspections first, and also the NHS technical cleaning audit for operatives. But the reason for the theory of cleaning inspections is actually so we can try and standardise how people look at cleaning. Because if I say to somebody it's absolutely filthy, my filthy might be very different to theirs. What this course does is actually try and set out levels of dirt in easy to understand descriptors, so that we've got light debris, heavy debris, we've got cleaning standards. So is it acceptable? Is it acceptable between cleans? And it's clearly defined so that everybody's working from the same piece of paper. Everybody should, if they've done this course together, come to a similar result when they actually inspect. So it's trying to standardise how people inspect their buildings. This sits really nicely actually with the cleaning and hygiene audit app. The NHS technical cleaning audit for operatives, when the new NHS manual was launched in 2021, it was actually stated that all operatives needed to be trained to understand this audit. The reason for that is so the operative can actually meet the requirements and actually meet the standards required for the new NHS standard. This looks at the functional risks for different areas. It looks at the cleaning methodology and how often things should be cleaned, but it looks at it from the operative point of view. So it's a really good course for people to actually fully understand just what that NHS manual, which is a little daunting if you're an operative because it's about 1.5 inches thick, let them actually understand the parts they need to understand. Thanks, Di.
Thanks, Dee. Sam, can you give us an overview of what's happened with the new BICSc Cleaning Supervisor certificate and what it offers the candidate?
Of course. So the Cleaning Supervisor course is an all-round course for anyone who is currently or is planning on becoming a supervisor. Since its launch, we've had 50 enrolments with 42 of those, 150 enrolments with 42 of them actually completing and passing the course, which is absolutely brilliant news. The course includes over 250 lessons over 10 modules, and candidates are given access to it for 12 months. So it includes online content and practical assessments. So the practical assessments include the license to practice and 7 skills. And it also includes quite a few of our Clean Logic courses. So including the health and safety, so the principles of health and safety, principles of cleaning science, the estimating and costing course. But it also it includes details with regards to the role of the supervisor, leadership, problem solving, how to manage effectively. So it gives you an all-round knowledge and skills base with regards to becoming a cleaning supervisor trainer. It's available to our members and non-members. So it's a brilliant course, including all of the, absolutely so much content. And we've had nothing but really good reviews with regards to people passing it. So it's a really good one to look at and to consider.
Lovely. Thank you, Sam. That was great. I have one question for you. You may have sort of slightly covered this, but how can BICSc help me on my journey to become the best cleaning supervisor stroke manager?
Take the course, sign up today, sign up for the course, complete the training, and we're giving you this, we're giving you a lot of content for what you're getting. So I would nothing but recommend considering this course.
And I believe Neil's got another question that's come through the chat regarding this. So Neil's going to ask that question.
How to lose my headphones at the wrong time. Okay, I've got actually one question that I want, or one thing that I'd like to raise and make clear about the supervisor certificate as well. What we do with the supervisor certificate, it has a dedicated email box that is manned every day. It also has a quarterly webinar, which anybody currently on the supervisor is able to attend, ask any questions, talk to other people that are doing it. So we're keen to try and create a community around supervisors. So that's also something there for us. Dee, I'm going to throw at you. Lena has sent in a question and would like to know if there is any training regarding infection control.
We've got an online course for the control of cross-contamination, but if you're looking at infection control within hospital, we do the healthcare skills, and these do match the NHS manual capabilities. So it depends really at which part of infection control you're looking at, whether it's practical skills training or whether you're looking at how you actually stop and break the cycle of cross-contamination.
Lovely, thank you. And if there's no more questions, we're going to move on to the next slide, which is stopping with Denise, who's going to tell us all about the BICSc Cleaning and Hygiene Audit app that we launched almost a year ago at the London Cleaning Show. Over to you, Dee.
Right, so the launch of this app actually made my life an awful lot easier, because previously we used to audit on a spreadsheet. This has made it so much simpler to actually walk around a building, because it's not just looking at is it clean, is it dirty, it's actually looking at how you get there. So it looks at things like, are your operatives trained? Are they wearing the correct PPE when they're working? Are they using safety signage? As well as actually doing the fail, action and pass grade, allowing you to put pictures in so you can demonstrate what you've found, and also date stamping. So it's in real time. People can see when you did that audit, at what time of day, and when those pictures were taken. It's a final PDF report that's downloadable. And as I say, that comes with the pictures and with the points you've put in. It allows you to set your own AQLs. So you can actually set your pass rates. There are as well the set rates for the functional risks of the NHS. So functional risk 1 to 6 is actually in there. And you can actually assess to those functional risks with using the app. What I would say to you, it's free to download. It's suitable for both Apple and Android. Download it, play with it, see that it suits you. If it does everything you need it to do, you can pay us £99 a year or £9.99 a month, and actually then keep all the data you use through it. But try it first. There's a free user guide on how to actually use it and get the best out on the website. Sign yourself up for that. Look at what it actually does and make sure that it's suitable for purpose. But personally, it's a great tool.
Great, thank you, Dee. I have a question that Neil's going to answer. What software tools are available for managing cleaning businesses? You might
There
be
are
on...
a lot of, yeah, I was on mute. I was just unmuted. There are a lot of proprietary software out there for use within management of cleaning businesses. The CSSA might be able to advise best on certain management tools. If you're looking to BICSc, the management tools that we offer, the main one is the audit app. This is from a auditing and an inspection point of view, quite a key tool, I think, in any contract or in any in-house cleaning tool. An audit always provides better results. Obviously, if you're a BICSc centre, you also have the CPSS app. But in terms of the other management side, that's not BICSc's area of expertise, but I would advise maybe talking to the CSSA about that.
Lovely, thank you. So moving on, Karen, it's over to you. Tell us more about membership options. Oh.
Sorry, just before we move on, we've just had a question come in about the app. It asks, is the app £99 per person? In answer to your question, it's £99 per person per year. It's an individual membership, not a company membership.
Okay, thank you.
And there's another one just come in about, is there a platform to analyse the data that is recorded on the audit app? No, there isn't a platform for that. That is something you would need to do yourself. at the moment. For the price that we produce the app at, that functionality doesn't exist at the moment. If it's something that enough people ask for, it's something we can look at developing in the future. But the results are quite simple to analyse and create your own analysis. And the difficulty is every company has a different form of analysis and will want to analyse it differently as well. So, but it is something we can look at potentially. I think that's it.
Lovely. Thank you for waiting, Karen. It's over to you
Karen.
for more about membership.
Build the suspense. Thank you, Di. Well, as they say, leave the best till last. So here I am. As I said, my name's Karen and I look after our membership. Now, individual membership, this is a reflection of you, your career and ongoing development and advancement. It allows you to gain recognition for your skills and provide support you need to develop your career in cleaning. Our individual membership, for those of you who don't currently hold it, is personal to the member concerned, relates directly to you rather than where you work. So if you move on, the individual membership goes with you. You receive member benefits with this membership, which are listed in full on our website, but they include access to BICSc events, special offers from our partners, and member rates on our certificated training courses under our Clean Logic range to help further your knowledge. Plus, you can use the post-nominal letters of the grade you hold to reflect your membership. Now, a new card is received on renewal each year, and currently our individual membership consists of our PBICS, ABICS and MBICS grades, but we are currently reviewing these and the criteria on how to achieve them. So we will announce that as soon as it's finalised by the team and our council. So as they say, watch this space concerning new developments with individual membership. Concerning companies, we have our corporate membership. This is fast approaching 1,000 like-minded companies who support our mission statement about promoting sustainability, preserving assets, protecting the operative. This is a professional reflection membership, and there are different categories of this membership depending on your company itself, its role and size. Our prices have actually unchanged over the last 5+ years, and yet the benefits of this membership have increased. And my colleagues have already mentioned our online training, which has opened new opportunities for companies, cutting out the need and expense of travelling. And as a member, you do receive member rates on the prices advertised on our website for the certificated Clean Logic courses. Let's not also forget those 4 free courses that my colleague Sam mentioned. 4 of them in particularly you can utilise for your new staff addressing their basic safety in the industry. Now, we also have our technical help desk. This is another benefit there to help answer your questions and assist concerning issues relating to cleaning tasks. It's accessed simply by emailing helpdesk@bicsc.org.uk. And recent inquiries have related to the cleaning of safety flooring and the NHS Cleanliness Manual. So quite a wide range there. Now, we've also increased our member communication with webinars such as these through social media and through our streamlined website, which has clear links to subjects and updates for what's happening, where we are, such as the Manchester Cleaning Show coming up next. So if you want to come and meet us in person. And also our partner citation has regular updates on employment law and health and safety guidelines for you. So it is worth keeping a daily or weekly look at our website to keep in touch. Now, our standard magazine has also grown in size. And don't forget, if you have something to contribute, then you're always welcome to submit an article for consideration. You just need to contact our marketing department. Now, a major benefit of the corporate membership is the use of our corporate logo. You can use this on your email signatures, letterheads, other marketing purposes to reflect your membership. Plus, importantly, we've got our click to verify version of this for your website. Very few membership organisations have this, and it allows you to add this logo to your website so potential customers can click the logo. It confirms who you say you are, adding extra reassurance for them. And for you, only genuine members can use it. Now, you're also listed on our new member directory, which is actually on our website for those of you who've seen it. This allows 24 access to people to find companies in their area. Now, a full list of the corporate member benefits are again listed on our website, along with the application form to join. And I'm more than happy to chat about any of our individual or corporate membership in more detail. Just either contact me by email or phone.
That was lovely, Karen. Thank you. Have a question for you from someone. Can someone from New Zealand be a member?
Yes, I'll bring the application form over personally, pop it on my expenses. No, we're an international company, so we have members all over the world, and the application form just needs to be completed pending on obviously the membership you're applying for. So more the merrier. Yes, please come and join us. I'm sure our training team would also love to come over there and impart their knowledge.
That was lovely, thank you. Now we're going to move on to accredited training members, and welcome back, Sam.
Thank you. Thanks, Karen. So another membership to consider is our accredited training membership. You might know it from ATM. So it shows all of our accredited training members, it shows your commitment to the industry, and it has you basically able to provide your own operatives with skills and accreditation whilst having your own BICSc approved assessors. So they can pass on the training and assess others within the organisation in the skills that they hold. So the standards we provide combine expert knowledge from highly regarded professionals, and this is what we expect to be carried on. And that's why we have the annual audits for the accredited training memberships. So the visit is to ensure that the trainers evidence their compliance with BICSc standards of an accreditation, and this is done on an annual basis. You can have assessors who are able to train and accredit within the organisation, and you can also consider having accredited trainers. These individuals can train the operatives ready for the assessor to then carry out any assessments. With the same as the other membership, you have the logo, which is the Click to Verify logo. So it's a dedicated BICSc accredited training membership logo. And you receive all of the same benefits that you get with corporate membership. So Karen's already explained that, and obviously with the Click to Verify logo. To become an ATM, you do have to meet certain site and equipment requirements, but these are all discussed with you with regards to any requirements that you've got and any interest what you've got. You don't have to have dedicated centres anymore. We encouraged the training to be completed on the job or in an area where the operative is actually working on a daily basis. So you don't have to have dedicated training centres anymore. Some choose to, but you don't have to have that. With accredited training membership, you also get a dedicated account manager who is available to you for any questions, but they'll also be contacting you throughout the year just to make sure everything's okay. If you've got any problems, if there's anything with the assessor app or anything that you've got problems with, they're always there to answer any questions that you may have. Thanks.
Lovely. Thank you, Sam. That was lovely. Thanks. Right, so finally, we have the rest of the questions that were asked initially when you signed up for this webinar, and we're going to go through those, and then if we have time, we're going to look at some of the ones, if any have come through the chat. So if you've still got questions, now's your time to put them in the chat function. So kicking off with the first question, I'm going to direct this one to Neil. I've got 3 questions on artificial intelligence, Neil. Artificial intelligence in the field of cleaning, how will it add value to our business? What AI technology do you see being developed for the cleaning industry in the next 2 years? And how will the organisation adapt to more as more robotics are introduced into the cleaning industry? Thank you.
I think Dee is holding up a crystal ball. It's I mean, the AI and virtual reality side of things are going to occur. There is no question on that. Exactly how they're going to occur. In robotics is occurring in many different ways. I mean, we've started the study into the future of cleaning with the CSSA around the University of Surrey and introducing robotics and looking at how that affects productivity. It really is an impossible question to answer. It's coming. The bigger companies are obviously slightly ahead of the curve with the introduction of big robotics, and there are companies that are extensively using them. There are some companies that are very forward thinking and are using them heavily, but we need some more prolonged use to get useful information to show the benefits they can have. I'm sure there are many, and not only around productivity but also around healthier workspaces, less pathogens in the air, that kind of thing. And that's what our study is about. It's going to take us probably the best side of this year to complete that study, but we want to do it correctly and we want to get you the right information out there. But in terms of exactly what, I really can't give you definitive on that. And anyone who says they can, I would be surprised at.
Lovely. Okay, thank you. Next, a couple of questions. Another hot topic, apprenticeships. So how can clients use their apprenticeship levy to deliver BICSc accredited training and supervisor apprenticeship? Is there going to be one?
The BICSc are the organisation that have been heavily involved in the apprenticeship. I mean, BICSc training it doesn't form part of the apprenticeship, and BICSc does not deliver the apprenticeship. To deliver an apprenticeship, you need to be Ofqual registered. We aren't, and at the moment, that's quite a long process and isn't going to change. Anyone who can deliver the apprenticeship can be found on the Institute of Apprenticeships or the gov.uk website. They are the companies, and they're mainly colleges that can deliver apprenticeships. In terms of a supervisor apprenticeship, there is a wish to carry on and move from the level 2 to the level 3 and produce an apprenticeship for the cleaning industry that is level 3. One thing that I would point out to you, there is a facilities management level 3 apprenticeship already in existence, and within that there is a soft service element to the cleaning element. So there is already an apprenticeship out there that may or may not be, depending on your business, suitable to you.
Lovely, thank you. Couple of questions on what's new. So will there be new modules, and what are the new courses BICSc will launch in 2024?
So yes, we're always developing. We're looking to have more virtual skills available. And like I mentioned, we have got a auditor efficacy app for the NHS coming soon in development, and we've also got the environmental free course coming. So we're always developing. They're very busy at the moment filming. So we are looking to just develop the skill suite of virtual skills throughout the year.
Lovely, thank you, Sam. One for Dee and Neil. They might both want to answer, or just one of them. What does BICSc see as the key industry innovation for 2024 and beyond?
Hang on, I will just get my crystal ball back out. It's almost impossible to answer that, because innovation comes in different directions at different times, but also one size doesn't fit all. So if we just look at who's on the call today, we've got a myriad of different companies, different strengths, different sizes. Some solutions for them will not fit across the board. So I would love to know the answer. I would invest in it. That would help my pension considerably, but I'm afraid I really can't answer that question.
Okay, thank you.
From me, I think the I think for me, the innovations come. I think you're going to see a lot more innovations that are data driven. The sensors, why clean the fifth floor toilets that have not been used, but the fourth floor toilets have been used 25 times. And if you've got sensors that can do that, I think that will increase. And I think that kind of thing, making it more productive for the cleaning up, so they don't have to go up 5 flights of stairs to check the toilets that haven't been used at all. And also data around, so you've got the data around occupancy, but you'll also have the data coming direct from your robotics and your machines that are breaking down or needing maintenance or have hit a blockage. And I think data is going to be the biggest innovation I would hope and I would imagine will be big this year.
Thank you. Another question. BICSc only teaches about cleaning, sort of question mark. Can they teach about the behaviour or attitude of the cleaner, especially supervisors, before and after work?
I think, to be fair, behavioural is the hardest area to actually change. But for me, quality training actually brings some of that change around. A lot of issues are because people are not invested in and developed. By training your workforce to the most of their capability, you're actually giving them opportunity, and you can see a shift in people that you've trained. So the supervisory course, if you're looking particularly at a supervisor development, it's quite common in our industry, I'm afraid, for the person that's been there longest to be promoted. They need support and they need help. The supervisor's course is designed to do that. You need to actually know how to speak to people, where your HR level stops, as well as where it starts, and also how you can actually tell that there's issues with staff and how you deal with those yourself. So I would say the supervisory course could help quite a lot, but you need to develop and you need to train your people to try and get the best out of them.
Lovely, thank you, Dee. Question for Neil. How are you promoting BICSc within hospitality to attract new members?
We have started looking at where our general communications go. We're looking around a couple of new publications, food and drink, and industry update. There are so many things we're getting involved in. We're getting more coverage in different areas. We've had a big focus on healthcare. I think we've got a couple of new areas we're hoping to focus on this year. We're getting there. We're increasing magazine exposure, and we will be looking at some interactions with the organisations within hospitality as well, hopefully later in the year.
Great, thank you. I've got one for Sam. What would you consider the most helpful training to be for new operatives being mentored in a cleaning role?
I would recommend covering the license to practice, but I would also say cover the free courses, complete the free courses, get that basic knowledge. You know, the license to practice will give you the health and safety considerations, the PPE, but the free courses will also give you, you know, understanding colour coding, hand hygiene, PPE, understanding the chemical hazard symbols. So it will give you that knowledge, you know, to take forward and to also protect yourself as an operative.
Lovely, thank you, Sam. Another one for Neil. How does the Clean and Tidy Home Show fit into the evolving landscape of BICSc?
BICSc isn't just about the corporate. BICSc is about the individual as well. I think this question came from Penny, and Penny is the founder of the Clean and Tidy Home Show, and BICSc have been involved with it since its inception. So we've been at both the last two shows. We're keen that the individual has access to the same knowledge that the companies have. We're keen that people in the home that aren't necessarily doing cleaning as a career, you know, still have access to tips and guidance. And I think our involvement with Clean and Tidy Home Show was to make sure we could pass that information on to the individual and not only the corporate community.
Lovely, thank you. And the final one from the people who submitted, is it up to date on current cleaning legislation?
Sorry, can you repeat that? Was that for me, Di?
It could be for you or it could be for Dee. So are we up to date on current cleaning legislation?
The main legislation that affects the cleaning industry is the health and safety legislation, and yes, we are. Outside of that, Dee, there's no other legislation?
There's no other legislation that I know of. We've kept up to date with the NHS manual, which is their legislation. We're up to date with manual handling and cost regulation and CLP laws. So there's nothing that I'm aware of that we're not meeting.
Lovely, thank you. That's it from, I think we've covered all the other questions that were submitted, throughout the course of the webinar. But Neil, have we had any more through on chat?
Yes, we have. So, Sam, can the ATM be done online, or are you required to come to our centre?
The ATM, so the initial training can be done virtually. It does include 1 day of face-to-face, and that is for the assessor practice day, and it also needs a site visit on the initial setup. Then we can go to every other year as a virtual audit, but we do need to have the assessors need to be there on any face-to-face training to make sure that they are still training and they are compliant with all of the BICSc standards and training that they initially covered. So yes, it will still need to be face-to-face, but we do carry it out on on a biannual basis virtually.
Dee, do you want to add anything to that, or?
Yeah, as Sam has just said, the virtual training, so the skills, the LTP, the skills, the accredited trainer can all be done online, but there is that requirement for that one practice day for your assessors. They need to understand how to use the app. They need to understand what being an assessor actually is, because they're the guardians of our standard. And this practice day is key to them actually achieving that. The verification day actually checks that they have got to that standard, because they're going to accredit people on our behalf. So it is key that we do monitor them. The app gives us so much more vision now of what they're doing on a daily basis, but we still do have that annual check. We have an annual verification with the assessors present. As Sam just said, the first one after your check will be face-to-face. You can then go virtual for your third audit, and you can do that biannual. So you don't have to see us in person, you just get us on a screen. But it is important that we maintain that quality.
Okay, we also have a comment from James. The LTP is a fantastic foundation course for anyone involved in the delivery of commercial cleaning. Would we recommend it to all levels, from operatives to COO? From a BICSc perspective, every single member of staff has to hold LTP, regardless of their position. And if you're involved in the cleaning industry, my recommendation was, why wouldn't you have it? Why wouldn't you have that knowledge? You need to know what everyone's doing. You need to follow the same ways of protecting yourself and other people in the building. I think everybody should. Dee?
I think LTP is exactly as James said, it's a foundation. It's how do I dilute? How do I look after my kit? How do I store it? They're the basics that you should know on your first day in any cleaning job. But actually understanding things like your safety data sheets, your risk assessments, your method statements, your staff need that knowledge to protect themselves. And that's what BICSc is all about. Protect the operative, preserve your assets, and make sure that actually as you move forward, you do so professionally.
So Tracy Biggs, we already have one ATM at the moment, and I have LTP plus modules, but looking for my ATM. Thanks for the info. Thanks, Tracy. I'm glad you found this useful. Sorry, that was a statement, not a question. And I've got a couple more questions in the Q&A, I think. Yes. Anonymous user. Is the cleaning supervisor certificate free of charge or discounted for the ATMs? I'm assuming you mean on that. Actually, it's Joy. Joy, for the ATMs, the cleaning supervisor is available at a reduced rate. There are 2 different fees for that. It is clearly, you are, as an ATM, you're sent a code to use within the virtual training suite. That ATM, that code will give you that different price when you enter it in. An anonymous user. Hi, I've done licensed practice before Christmas. I booked 5 of the staff on it, but had staff problems, a few leaving. Can I change the details and have new staff to do the course at no cost to my business? Right, if your staff that have left have not completed any of the online training, yes, of course, we're more than happy to do that. But if they've received the training, then unfortunately, that would be training somebody additional. And another anonymous user, many corporate members often present themselves as authorised training centres. What are your thoughts on this matter? We have lots of thoughts on this matter. I'm going to hand that one to Denise to address for me.
I would suggest to anybody doing that, please look at the membership directory on the website. Direct your customers to that, because it clearly shows whether they're a corporate member or they're an accredited training member. And if they're a corporate member, they cannot train. And we have had this numerous times. I'm a member of BICSc. It's great to have your membership, but that doesn't mean you've got the whole package. If you're an accredited training member, you can train and accredit your staff. If you're a corporate member, thank you for supporting us, but there is a difference. And as I say, the membership directory now shows that difference very clearly.
Okay, and the final question that I can, oh no, I think there's some more coming to chat as well. I'm sorry, I'm dealing with two lists of questions. As a UK-wide FM provider, can I just double check that we no longer need dedicated training centres?
I can do that one. As long as you've got access to running water, you can dispose of your used product carefully, you've got storage and you've got colour coding and equipment on site, you can train with what you have available on site. So if you're doing vacuuming, you obviously need a vacuum cleaner, you need the colour coded kit, that's absolutely fine. So it's much easier for your staff to be trained in their facilities. You can use the training videos. It's all about actually getting those people trained and assessed where they're comfortable. And absolutely, please use your own sites to do that. It doesn't need to be a training centre anymore.
Okay, that's all that's come into the Q&A section and chat, Di.
Lovely, thank you. So now just to wrap it up, thank you very much for attending. We hope you have enjoyed it and found it informative. Whilst there's still a lot to be done, you can see that there is a lot more still that we're working on to make sure we remain valid and up to date within the industry. With a limited number in team, we will achieve as much as we can and as quickly as we can. The video will be available shortly, and do not forget to check out the BICSc events page on the website for the next webinar, which will be held on the 30th of May. We hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you very much again. Bye-bye.
Thank you all.
Thanks,
Bye.
guys. Bye.